So what would you like?
I'm asking, I have the scram on and I have the monitor on, and for the curfew, I'm asking, my son has to be to school at 6 o'clock and my curfew is 7. He plays basketball, he's in sports, so they have
I got it.
practice before school. And
No,
he goes to
5:30.
school out of district, so I'm asking if I can have 5:30.
Okay.
I take him to school and I come right back home, and I don't have a problem with my curfew. And then I wanted to also ask, with the scram and with the monitor on, if you can reinstate my driving privileges, because twice my son has been late to school.
Well, I was gonna pull her record,
I don't know what your driving record is. I mean,
yeah, I didn't know about her privileges. I know she has an interlock device, but I didn't know that
I
her
don't have an
privileges
interlock
were.
device. I don't have an interlock device.
all right,
Oh, you don't?
No, because I don't have a car. So, but my sister let me use her
Why
car
you saying
No.
you don't have driving privileges?
because when I came to court, I thought
He told you not to drive. Okay, I
He
gotta
told
look
me
at your bond
not, yeah, he
conditions.
told me not to
Okay.
drive into court. And so,
As
I
a note, Your
came
Honor,
to
it's
court.
eligible with the last suspension ending in April
read
2024.
me the DIMS, please.
The DIMS, yes, Your Honor. So on January 18th, 2024, the officer observed a vehicle failing to drive in a single lane at the 8600 block of West Grand Parkway. The defendant was swerving in and out of two lanes and came close to crashing into another vehicle in the next lane. A traffic stop was conducted, and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle. The officer observed disorientation, a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage, and slurred speech. The defendant could not provide an ID or insurance, and the officer observed an open container of alcohol on the floorboard next to her feet. The defendant stated she had not consumed alcohol, and the officer observed slow movements and unsteadiness on her feet. Center field sobriety tests were conducted, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.29 and 0.294.
Does she have any other open DWIs or anything?
This is the one where she has an open DWI out of Austin County.
That's why. You have two open DWIs. I don't want you driving. You're not allowed to drive. If I find that you drive, I'm going to have a contempt hearing. So
That's the sound of the judge losing all patience in real time. Dopin DW is caught with alcohol in the car and still has the nerve to ask for driving privileges. This isn't just risky, it's reckless to the core. Judges know this is the kind of behavior they see right before tragedy strikes, and their frustration is clear. If you were on the bench here, would you show compassion and leniency, or would you slam the gavel harder to make a lasting point?
you are not driving. You heed this warning, Ms. Keys. You are not allowed to drive. If I find that you're driving someone else's car in violation, you're looking at 6 months in jail every single time you have signed an affidavit promising you that you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. You have two open DWIs. There's alcohol in the car allegedly. Unacceptable.
And then opening up my privilege is the reason why I asked it, because also, unless I sign over custody of my kid, I'm the only one that can sign him to school. So what's been going on is I have to ride with her to drop him off, and then she brings me back.
Okay.
I have not
I will-
violated any
If you
conditions
want
of
me
my
to
bond.
open up the curfew, I
Okay.
will, but I don't want you driving. Do you understand?
Yes.
There is a method to our madness here. And two open DWIs, a .2 with alcohol in the car tells me that there is an issue. The last thing I want is someone dead. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I will open it up to 5:30. I hope, because imagine what's going to happen to your child if you go to jail and I make your bond $50,000 and you don't have anyone to make it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right,
Yes, ma'am.
may we be excused?
Yes, please.
Do she need to sign them?
She will need to sign yes, the condition, yes. Sir, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We're going to do a probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 24th, 2025, the officer responded to a minor accident at the 8700 block of Fairbanks North in Houston, Texas, Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the complainant, who stated he was driving his vehicle, was at an intersection, and the defendant was blowing his horn at him to turn and the complainant could not make a right turn due to the truck being in front of him. The complainant stated once he did turn right on the Fairbanks, he began to drive north in the first lane of traffic, and the defendant drove in the second lane. The defendant began to weave in and out of the lane in an attempt to make the complainant collide with the defendant's vehicle. The complainant stated the defendant made an unsafe lane change, causing him to rear-end the defendant. The defendant began to drive north on Fairbanks Road, brake checked the complainant again, causing him to collide with the defendant's vehicle. The complainant stopped his vehicle, exited, and the defendant did the same, and both began to verbally argue. The defendant accused the complainant of rear-ending his vehicle, and the officer made contact with the defendant, who stated he was driving north when the complainant collided with his vehicle. The defendant stated he noticed the complainant's odd behavior in the rearview mirror when he was struck the second time and had to brake due to heavy traffic. The complainant told the officer that traffic was light, and a witness stated he observed the defendant's vehicle continuously weaving in and out of the complainant's lane while brake checking the complainant.
You said odd behavior.
And that's
kind of allegation of alcohol or dope?
no, Your Honor. And that was the statement the defendant made to the officer.
Notice how the judge isn't budging an inch here. Reckless driving while already out on bond for a felony is nothing short of a recipe for disaster waiting to happen. And when the judge flat out says, "I don't give a rat's behind," you can practically feel the courtroom temperature drop to freezing. The real question becomes, does this young man actually understand the enormous danger he's in? Or is he still foolishly treating the entire situation like it's just another minor traffic?
He observed the complainant have odd behavior.
Oh, I see.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Sims, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. You were on bond for a very serious felony case of evading a motor vehicle, and now you've picked up a reckless driving. I'm taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't give a rat's behind what is going on in this life. If I find that you drive, because I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. It's an offense in and of itself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you consume alcohol and kind of illegal drugs, likewise, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. How old, sir?
Fine. Turning 19 next month.
I will appoint you a lawyer today. I'm telling you now, if I find that you drive, and I don't care what the reason is, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you mind reaching out to the max? I appoint him a lawyer, please. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'm going to get you to Victoria, sign a reset, then you'll get with Fatima for your bond conditions, and then I'll have you take a seat while we find you a lawyer.
I'm here on behalf of Mr. Colby Sims. You just kind of talked to him about the reckless driving charge, and he's on a pretrial intervention or something for evading arrest.
Yeah, he's on no. He has an open felony evading in a motor vehicle, and now he's picked up a reckless driving where there was an accident. And
I'm not challenging the probable cause, Your Honor.
Okay.
Just you gave him no driving conditions. He goes to a special school. He has Asperger's. Parents work first shift. Dad has had to take off work all week, go in late to take him to school and then leave early to take them home. They live about 8 miles from the school. And we just want to know if you could modify.
No, it was, if you, the facts here, it's a alleged menace. The facts of this case are really bad. There was an accident because of the
driving. Your Honor, and I don't know everything about the case, but
hold on. Come up, Mr. Sims. I'd like you to hear it so that you get
I saw the summary. I saw the summary. I know that there's a dash cam on his vehicle, and I believe the state they have the SD card. But what it purports to show is that he wasn't weaving in and out of traffic. He was hit from the back, Your Honor.
When you told me the facts here, he hit the other person, or did he brake check and then he got? Okay.
Yes.
So you need to understand that you live in Houston, and when you get into these road rage incidents like this, people get shot and killed. with events like this. And the reason I did this is because this is not the first contact that we have of a serious nature where other lives are in danger, but we now have also a felony evading arrest in a motor vehicle. And the last thing I want is another death on the road. I understand that you have obligations. I understand that, but the last thing I want is someone to get injured, you killed, or where you've dug yourself in such a hole that you're stuck like Chuck in custody because of some. I understand that you had stuff, but I don't want you in a car. You're a danger in a car. Now, it's not absolute. If I see after a while that you appreciate it and you show me that you have taken proactive measures, and I'll let your lawyer explain it to you. You know, nothing's ever set in stone, but you scare me in a car.
Your Honor, would I be allowed to come back at a later date to address?
Yes, of course, counsel.
Proactive.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, we do that all the time.
Okay.
But the idea is driving is a privilege. It is not a right. The right is you can walk, but not to drive. And I don't, every day, someone dies in Houston because of something in a car. And I'm going to try to prevent that at all costs. Okay. So whenever you're ready, come back, let me know, and then we can talk again about it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Absolutely. Good morning, Mr. Bass.
Good morning.
I'm bringing you out today because apparently we need to figure out what's going on, and I have no idea.
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
I'm here asking for a PR bond for my client. He's had this case pending since 2023 in December 2023. The thing that stands out from what he tells me is he came voluntarily to turn himself in to rectify this situation that's been open for a couple of years now. And so that I do want to state that he came on the bus to try to figure this out. The reason he's doing this is because he is at a point where he's trying to fix his CDL, and this keeps popping up as an open warrant.
Can't run forever, dude.
Yes, sir.
Can't run forever. You know, problem is that I'm happy to give people PR bonds. I don't want to keep anyone in jail. But when you show me that I give you a PR bond and you continually take off, how am I supposed to continue doing that? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, as the saying goes. And this is not the first, you know, this case is 2 years old. And you want me to give you another PR bond?
If for one, I never had one. I always made a cash bond. If I knew something about a PR bond, I would have requested it first. And I would have did what I had to do. But all times, I always use cash. I never got a PR bond in my life.
Well, I see. So it looks like a 2B was issued in July of 23.
Yes, sir.
You posted an out-of-county bond on December 1st of 23. You were supposed to show up a week later, failed to show up.
Yeah.
And then you posted another surety bond on the 10/17/24. You're supposed to be here a week later. Again, you failed to appear.
Trusting the dispatchers.
No. But that's already 2 times. And now you want me to give you a PR bond
Yeah,
on
I
the
quit the
3rd?
job now, but I don't have nothing in my way. And that was just trusting the dispatch and the job, trying to get home, and they give you unpromised lies, and they could never get me home on time. I always got here the next day after court.
So it's
Or
everybody
that
else's fault?
evening.
It's
No,
everybody else's fault?
No, sir, it's mine. I hold 100% credibility for it. That's why I turned the truck in and got on the Greyhound. I got the Greyhound yesterday morning and got here about 5 that evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what?
I went to 3 different locations out here because they told me they want the place. So I had to find the building to turn myself in. I walked 3 blocks.
Verify that you turn yourself in? Just somehow we can verify? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know how I'm supposed to verify that you turn yourself in. I mean, I'm not going to take your word for it. I don't know you. Never met you before.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Don't have paperwork on me?
I mean, I'll ask him the clerks, but hey, Vic, is there a way to verify that he actually turned himself in as opposed to him getting arrested? You know?
The sheriff's have that information. All we know is if they bond or if they were arrested. If they bond out when they're.
I don't
Went
even
to a
know.
surrender building.
Yeah.
They had surrender on the wall.
Sebastian, tell me about the case.
Yes, Judge. I lost it. Sorry. The PC judge?
Sure.
On July 8th, 2023 in Harris County, Texas, officer met with the complainant witness who stated that she was at her apartment when she received a call from her boyfriend, who was the defendant. The defendant stated that he needed to grab his stuff from her apartment because he was moving back to California. The defendant showed up to the apartment and they were sitting on the stairs to talk. The defendant told the complainant witness that she needs to come to California with him. The complainant witness said she's not going to. The defendant then slapped the complainant witness's drink out of her hand. The complainant walked away from the defendant and back into the apartment. The defendant followed her. As the complainant was walking inside, defendant punched her in the mouth with a closed fist, causing pain.
Do you have the rip done? Do we know?
We've made contact with her. She doesn't want to cooperate.
Judge, so if I may, Judge, it sounds like they've tried to reach out 3 times to this witness. She's not on board, is what I would say. Therefore, he's got at least a favorable shot at trial if he wants to go that route. I would ask for a meaningful way to get him out of jail while we continue to pursue this case and try to get this
What do you do with
resolved.
yourself these days?
Man, I'm a regional truck driver. I just quit the company called PB07 Logistics. Because I want this behind me, Judge. I got off the Greyhound and I came here. I parked the truck in the trailer at like a tow yard that is like a second party to them, then which I got fully permission to do. And I got a Greyhound. Everything is in my phone. All my evidence, the Greyhound ticket, everything. The jails I Googled. I walked this same block here, 3 different locations. If I wanted to run, I could have, because I had bubble guts after the first building I walked out of. I had bubble guts. I said, no, I'm not ready to do it. But I have to. And so I didn't give up until I found the right place. And that was the surrender place. Like 2nd floor.
Well, Judge, I would agree with counsel that, I think we're going to have resolution in this case fairly quickly because we do have all our evidence in. So, in a setting or 2, I'm sure we'll know whether this is going to be set for trial or what we're going to end up doing with it. However,
Mr. Bass, it looks like you did surrender yourself. I'll reward you with a PR bond today. The only thing I'm asking you to do, I'll even give you a lawyer. All I'm asking you to do is stay in contact with him. When you stay in contact with him, when you come back to court, good things happen. When you take off, nothing good happens. You know what I mean? All right, I'll give you a PR bond today, but I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to give you another one. You take flight again, and I don't care what. If Jesus comes and says for you to go do something else, I don't care.
Yes, sir.
I won't give you another one.
Yes.
You understand? Just stay in contact with Ricardo. Good things will happen for you.
Yes. And I can't speak one more.
Don't. It's better you don't.
We'll talk.
The only other thing I'm going to ask you to do is don't have contact with the complaining witness in this case. Don't have any weapons. That's the only other thing I'm asking you to do. And don't pick up any new cases.
Yes. But once it's all over, I'm going to marry her. Like she have a kid on the
Sure
way.
that she's on board first.
Yes.
Don't force the situation.
Yes, mother. Yes, sir.
Sebastian, do you mind following those conditions? Just for the time being, don't have contact with
Yes, sir.
her. When the case is over, just 99% of the people in custody now because of no self-control. They get upset and they wig out and they act without thinking, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen?
Yes, sir.
Self-control. Do you understand, Mr. Bass?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
Appreciate
I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. I ordered you not to use. You're not to use anything. Do you understand? I'm sending you for a drug test. You must come right back. If you fail the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand? Okay.
Judge, if I may, I can of course send him to get tested. I will make note that when he picked up this case, he was doing the drug test 5 days later, and he was going to come out positive for everything that's on that.
Cocaine. We'll see. I'm going to send him for a test right now.
Yes,
We'll see. All right. Take a seat for me, sir.
You're going to send it, right?
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you mind sending him for a test, please? And waive the fee. All right, so Mr. Sanders, you're back. Fatima, do you have the results?
Something positive for PCP, Judge.
No, that's it. I gave you the opportunity. You're not to use. All right, he goes with you.
I did
Go
do a brief research on it, and PCP does stay in your system between 7 and 14 days from what, I mean, this is Google, but.
Sure.
No. So you don't see anything like it for you.
He was arrested on the 10th of this month.
And he tested on.
And there it is, the moment of no return in this case. The judge gave him chance after chance, but the failed drug test sealed the deal once and for all. In court, a failed test isn't just bad news. It's a broken promise written in bold letters. And once credibility is gone, judges rarely, if ever, forgive such betrayal. Here's the quick question for you. Should a single drug use automatically revoke bond immediately? Or should genuine rehab and treatment opportunities come first before punishment?
He's not supposed to use regardless.
Well, right, but it would still be in his system based on him using, let's say, the 10th, on the day that he was arrested.
PCP would not stay in his system from the 10th of the month until now, which is the 31st of the month. That's 2.5 weeks. 2 to 2.5 weeks. No, you're not. I told you, no alcohol, no dope. You tested positive for cocaine. You tested positive for PCP. You're not to use. I mean, on a urine test, they can last 7 to 14 days. Right?
Right, that's what I.
It's been 3 weeks. No, it goes with you. Sorry, Mr. Sanders. I'm going to give you a chance to clean up, but I'm not going to continue to play this game. I don't want you using. Do you understand?
Judge, could address the bond at this point now as well.
Tell me. The bond is set at $1,000. What do you want? That's right. No rush.
You said $7,000? I see it 1,000. Okay.
1,000 now.
Judge, I'd ask that you leave it as is.
No. Oh, there has to be some kind of consequence, man.
They just remade the bond on the felony case for this violation as well.
So they already took him into custody because of this as well for upstairs?
Yes, Judge, they did.
Yeah, no, you can't. No, you can't, Mr. Sanders. That's it. If you continue to use, what I'm going to do is I'll have a contempt hearing, possibly hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days, probate it for 2 years, and put you in a rehab facility. We are giving you now the opportunity to stop on your own. If you're unable to, we will take matters into our own hands. I don't want to have to do that, but if you're going to force our hands, it goes with you. Ms. Marquez, you're charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On January 25th, 2025, the officer was at the 5219 Telephone Road location as an undercover officer conducting an investigation at an after-hours club after receiving a complaint of prostitution. While at the club, an officer was approached by the defendant, and during their conversation...
Second, Alice. Okay.
Yes, Judge. So an undercover officer was conducting an investigation in an after-hours club after receiving a complaint of prostitution, and while at the club, the officer was approached by the defendant, who during their conversation admitted she was an employee of the club and agreed to perform deviant sexual intercourse and straight sexual intercourse for a fee of $400.
And I'm going to find that the probable cause to go forward with the case. Can I appoint you a lawyer today? Would you like a lawyer?
Yes.
Can I help? Okay, let me do this.
Who can I get?
I don't want you to say anything. I'm going to give you a lawyer, explain your side to the lawyer, and we'll go from there. Okay. For now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. We'll just have you take a seat in the jury box. I am making it a condition of your bond that you're not to participate in this type of behavior anymore. If I find that you pick up a new case like this or it continues, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. You understand? Okay, please. Can you file that, please?